Unemployment in the region edged up again last month, but there is some good news for young people.
As you can see, unemployment has been going up gradually over the last year. It's now 203,000, up by 4,000 on the previous quarter. 6.8% of the workforce in this region is unemployed. That's still below the national average. But the number of apprenticeships is going up. Experts say TV programmes like The Apprentice are making the idea more popular.
It's a good job with prospects. These young agricultural engineers are training to look after combine harvesters. The monster machines may be made in Germany, but the apprentices are made in Suffolk. By their mid-20s, they could be earning £35,000 a year with overtime. They're part of a training scheme run by Class UK near Bury St Edmunds.
I've managed to get a qualification whilst getting paid, and I haven't acquired any debts along the way, and I'm at work at the end of the day.
I was lucky enough to get a trip to New Zealand with a company, which is very good. Went out there for about 3.5 months working for a dealership out there, and got all my qualifications from college now, so yeah, it's good.
This engineering training centre in Norwich is pretty full. 450 apprentices are on its books at any one time from more than 250 companies.
I think we know that in this region we do have an ageing workforce, and obviously employers who want their business to continue will need to replace those people that are retiring.
The number of people starting apprenticeships in the region is rising, up 10% on last year to 23,000.
Apprenticeships are becoming more and more popular. The brand is strengthening, and unrelated programmes, really like The Apprentice on TV, have made apprenticeships quite an exciting route for young people. They see it as something to aspire to.
The road to work is changing. With university tuition fees set to rise, apprenticeships could be the way forward. Richard Bond, BBC Look East, Suffolk.
In the Commonwealth Games, it's been a mixed day for our athletes. Shooter Mick Galt has missed out on becoming the most successful Commonwealth athlete in the world.
But at least one club in the region will be celebrating tonight because boxer Anthony Ogogo has won a silver medal in the boxing. Kate Riley is in Lowestoft now. Hi, Kate.
Hello, well, a very warm welcome to Triple A Boxing Club, right in the heart of the community here in Lowestoft. And of course, it's the home gym of Anthony Ogogo. The 21-year-old put in a rather impressive performance today over in the Commonwealth Games. It wasn't enough to come away with gold, though, so he settled with silver. We'll have a look at that action in just a moment, but we'll catch up with his coach as well to find out all the reaction to how proud he is of Anthony's achievement over in Delhi. But now it's time to have a look at all the action involving our region's athletes over in Delhi.
Norfolk's Mick Galt didn't make the history books today when he came 7th in the 25-metre pistol competition. He was one away from being the most decorated Commonwealth medalist ever.
It gets harder as you get older, take my word for it. The result was okay, no medal, shame.
On to cycling. Well, it was a sterling effort from Alex Dowsett from Chelmsford. The Essex sportsman completed the men's 40-kilometre time trial in 48 minutes, enough for a silver medal.
A cracking ride then by Alex Dowsett.
Meanwhile, in the women's 29-kilometre time trial, Norfolk's Emma Pooley came in 9th. In the searing heat, she completed it in 40 minutes and 25 seconds.
Here she comes. Pooley then finishes 9th on the day.
And as we've been hearing, Lowestoft's Anthony Ogogo's effort in the ring this afternoon wasn't enough to bring home gold to Suffolk. He was well beaten, 16-4 over 3 rounds by Northern Ireland's Eamon O'Kane.
Anthony Ogogo is exhausted. The bell goes.
I think it was pathetic, we're not getting anything out of here today. We've had a few bad results through this tournament, more so today on the finals. Really disappointing, but yeah, fair play to him.
So a rather downbeat Anthony Ogogo there, but he should be very proud of his achievement. And he's been training here actually for the last decade or so. Let's catch up with his mentor and coach during that period. John, thanks very much for joining us. How proud are you of Anthony this evening?
Absolutely. We know he never got the gold medal, but he got a silver medal. That's absolutely fantastic for Suffolk for AAA Boxing Club for Lowestoft. No shame done whatsoever. Silver medal, great achievement.
How much training went into getting him up to a silver medal performance today?
Anthony's trained like a professional fighter now for probably the last 6 years. 3 times a day, 6 days a week. So he's done all the hard work. He's done thousands of rounds in that ring on the pads. He's really worked hard to get where he is.
Funding is always an issue at community clubs like this. So what does the future hold for you in terms of funding?
Funding's always a problem. We run the club on a shoestring. Suffolk Foundation has helped us out to a certain extent, but if we had the money, I always say, what could we produce if we had the money and the facilities to produce a lot better things?
Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Well, tomorrow is actually the last day of the Games, and if you want to find out how our region's athletes have done, you can log on to the BBC Commonwealth Games website.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. Now, it's always one of those special moments when an old boy or an old girl goes back to their first school, especially if they've gone on to do great things.
Today, Lewis Hamilton has been causing a bit of a stir at Pear Tree Spring Junior in Stevenage. Nikki Jenkins was there.
An unannounced pit stop for a Formula One superstar. Stevenage, he says, is the only place outside a racing circuit where he doesn't need a sat-nav.
When I was your age, I was racing all the time. I was racing every weekend.
And Pear Tree Juniors, the only school that ever fully supported his driving ambition.
Stevenage and Pear Tree was such a good part of my life, so I never forgot it. When I won the World Championship, I actually came and drove past and showed my girlfriend this is where I used to come.
And today, another important woman in his life, his favourite teacher.
I don't know if any of you know her. No?
If you don't know her, she's here today. Miss McEwen, over here, was Lewis's teacher.
Oh my God! Hi! Oh my God!
Lovely to have
you.
Hi,
how are you?
He's always known what he wanted to do. At 7 years old, he wanted to be a Formula One racing driver. I remember when he went to a meeting at McLaren and he met the guy in charge, and he came back to school the next morning absolutely full of it, and this was always his dream, and I'm just so proud that he's managed to achieve his dreams.
It's such a beast. The thing just accelerates and you get pushed back into your seat and you kind of have this, well, we call it G-force, but you feel like your cheeks are being sucked back and your brain's being sucked back to the back of your skull. It's incredible.
He's nicer than you'd think, because some people, when they're famous, are a bit cocky because they're famous.
And he's not cocky?
No.
He may have swapped Stevenage for Switzerland, but there's still some trace of the old schoolboy after all. Nikki Jenkins, BBC Look East.
He is nicer than you'd think, isn't he?
He's lovely. I love because they just say it straight as it is, don't they? Let's get the weather with Alex.
Well, stratocumulus is the name of the game at the moment, and a lot of it. It's very thin, low-level cloud, and as these shots taken from Southwold this afternoon show, it doesn't take much of a gap in it for the sunshine to break through. So some of us got lucky and saw some sunshine. For some of us, it was kind of overcast, and there were even 1 or 2